Hi there, Uncle Davis here, watching NPHTV Nothing Pro here. It's been a long time since our last video, and Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown has just released a demo free to play until the 17th of June. Out of nowhere, really. Now, I know I've finally done something clickbaity on the video title saying this might be the best first impression video on this demo. Now, I don't know if I'm actually lying or not, because out of all the content creators that I've known so far who does on racing games videos, I don't think any of them are related to this city as close as I am, because I wasn't just born in Hong Kong. I was actually born on this very part of Hong Kong, the Hong Kong Island, the island that looks like a frog if you look at the map. So that makes me being one of the most qualified person to tell you how this game has done in terms of capturing the vibe of Hong Kong Island, how accurate the road is, how accurate everything around is, you know, the buildings, the traffic, the shops, everything like that. So this is what I'm going to focus in this video. If you are here to look at the review on the optimizations, graphics and things like that, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna do that because this is a demo, first of all, and secondly, we have tons of videos out there already from many of those more reputable YouTubers, so go check out their channel. But today we are going to see how well this game has captured the vibe of Hong Kong Island. Let's go. Okay, so here we are. As you can see, I've already played this game for a little bit. We are at our apartment here, and let's just exit the apartment and get back onto the street. Now, of course, this part has got nothing to do with how Hong Kong looks like. Here we are exiting the elevator, and we are into the lobby area of the apartment. Now, I assume the voice chat has come up on the right hand side of the screen that this area should be able to meet other players. So it would be really cool if everyone got onto the server, hop into this lobby, you know, meet up with your friend, have a chit chat here, and then enter the garage, take your car, and drive out from the lobbies and from the hotel and have fun. So let's go into our garage and take our car, which in this case, we have picked the Ford Mustang as our first car out of the three. Now you may ask, why am I picking an American car? Shouldn't I be picking the Nissan? Now, the Mustang, I thought it would be an interesting car to test in this game since it's easy for me to go crazy, go slidey in this game. So that's why I picked the Mustang, and let's start the engine and hit the road. Alright, here we are. Now we have just driven out of the hotel. Now you can see I've already got the Google map up because we are pretty much around this area. We're in Causeway Bay and we are driving towards the west of Hong Kong Island. Now the first thing you notice is there is a park here. There's a park here, and that is actually the Victoria Park. This is the Victoria Park. This is the very, very famous Victoria Park in Hong Kong that they have so many things going on in big season. They have festival, they have exhibitions, they have everything here. Now, you can see there's a tram station here. Now, part of the tram station is broken because there was an AI van just went ballistic on the road and just like crashing into the station. So, unfortunately, that part is gone. However, if you look at the Google map that I've got on the right hand side of the screen, you realize that is exactly where we are looking at. This is the tram station that I'm talking about, and that is the Victoria Park. If we go over here closer, you can see this is the park and that is the tram station, and we basically is around this area here. Now if we keep driving forward, we will be going around the whole Victoria Park. As you can see, there is the entrance to the park, and if we go back into the game and look around and drive, and we'll see this is the entrance of the park. Now, of course, they don't look exactly the same, but in terms of capturing the vibe, having a park like this in this area, they have done an exceptional job. They've done an exceptional job. Now, let's talk about shops. Let's talk about shops next. Now, these guys, look at the left-hand side of the shops. Now, Wycombe is in fact a real supermarket in Hong Kong. Now, of course, the logo is fake here. And the real one is what I'm showing you guys on the right now. It is Welcome Wei Hong instead of Wei Loi. You see the difference? Does it capture the vibes? Of course it does. Of course it does. Now, looking forward a little bit here, and you can see there is a tower. There's a tower in orange on the left there. That is Fortress Electrical. So if I show you guys this, Fortress Hong Kong, and you will see that is the electrical store that is in Hong Kong. Think about this being like a Harvey Norman or JB Hi-Fi equivalent in Australia. Does that capture the vibe? I think it does. I think it does. Now the next thing is a bank, right? This is 人民幣國民銀行. So RMB, that means renminbi National Bank. What does that assemble? I'm guessing it's a mixture of Bank of China. It's a mixture of Bank of China, or in fact it's more of an NCB Bank in Hong Kong, Nanyang Commercial Bank. As you can see there, look at this picture. It's exactly the same vibe. Exactly the same vibe. In fact, I do have a bank account in this bank. So that's that. And let's go forward here. So Jemiah's View, that is just a random boutique. Now the next one is the pharmacies here. Now, before I talk about that, this is something that is not realistic. I want to tell you, this is something not realistic. Look at the Hong Kong tramway stop. Why would you have a tramway stop here on the roadside when the tram track is in the middle of the screen? Now that's not realistic. That's not realistic. However, the actual station, the actual vibe of the station, what do you call this? The pole, the sign, it does actually look the same. So I give them that. Now the pharmacy here, this is exactly how a pharmacy would look like in Hong Kong. Now they all look kind of the same, but not really. So if I bring up a pharmacy in Hong Kong, and you will see they kind of look the same style. All this neon light with the name, everything RX. And if for those of you who have not been to Hong Kong, the RX means they are a government registered pharmacy. So if you want to get any prescriptions, please make sure you go to one of these pharmacies. I will guarantee you getting, legit drugs. Otherwise, unless you're up for something, but as you can see, this is exactly the vibe of how a Hong Kong pharmacy looks like. And again, they've done a really, really good job. Moving forward, this is a convenience store, which pretty much is the same as let's say a 7-Eleven really. And if we bring up the 7-Eleven in Hong Kong, that's pretty much it. Look at all the 7-Elevens. Now for those of you who have 7-Elevens in your country, you'll probably agree with me there, because 7-Eleven is not really just a Hong Kong thing. It's pretty much around the world. There are 7-Elevens here in Australia as well. And if we move forward a little bit, this electronic store, I definitely recognize the banner, but I can't really tell what exactly this resembles. Moving forward, we got Hong Kong Property Limited. And while that's a fake name, if we look up a Midland Hong Kong Real Estate, and this is it. This is Midland Real Estate in Hong Kong 美聯物業. Does that assemble each other? I think so. I think so. I think they do a really good job. Now also the phone booth here, it is screaming of being a Hong Kong phone booth from PCCW. So PCCW Hong Kong phone booth, and if we look like that, look at these guys. This is exactly, look at that. They have even captured the blue on one side and not on the other side, and the PCCW, the company, and Hong Kong phone was there. It's kind of like the grid of different colors, and it's the grid logo of the colors there. I mean, they've done an exceptional job. Look at the phones. Like this is a more old school phone, which is actually fine, because there are a lot of old school stuff in the Hong Kong Island, which makes Hong Kong Island is one of the best part to travel in Hong Kong. You see a lot of the historic stuff, back into the old days when the British first came to Hong Kong. So this is amazing. Now look at the buildings, and this really captures the vibe of Hong Kong. Now I can't really zoom in any closer there, but if you can see, there's some little boxes hanging out of that on that red building on the right hand side. Those are how people sort of hang clothes, and that's exactly what we do in Hong Kong. We put some bamboo stick outside of the window. We hang our clothes, hang the floor mat and everything out there. And I think that they've done a really good job there. Now should we look at more shops here? Sure, yeah, a lot more shops to look at here. Now there's another pharmacy here, and again capture the vibe really well. Hong Kong Real Estate Agency, and I am pretty sure that is Century 21. And if we look at Century 21 on the Google search here, I just want to show you that is exactly what they're trying to get the look from Hong Kong Real Estate Agency, and it's China Real Estate Century 21 in Hong Kong. That's exactly what it is. It is really cool to have a game that's captured Hong Kong like this. Now let's go through this way, because we are gonna go through the heart of Causeway Bay very soon here. Now on this side we got a random Chinese restaurant, which is pretty standard, pretty generic. Ling Fook Jewelry, that will be a Luke Fook Jewelry. Now please make sure you did the pronunciation correctly, and that is Luke Fook Jewelry. Look Fook Jubal. See, I've told you. The thing is, I can actually tell immediately which business they try to mimic. Means they've done an exceptional job in capturing the vibe of Hong Kong. Now this footbridge is very iconic in Hong Kong Island, because this is pretty much the only one that everyone on Hong Kong Island will know there is such a footbridge. And let me show you where this is. And here we are. As you can see on the map, the little street view man there, we've moved along Causeway Road onto the west side. It's still on the same road, and this is exactly what that footbridge looks like in real life. Does it look the same? Well, not exactly. Is it like 90% of the same? Sure, because I could tell immediately which footbridge they are trying to get from in the real Hong Kong Island. Again, fantastic job. I really feel that we are in Hong Kong Island, and in fact it is so accurate that if you look at what's underneath the footbridge here on the right, it's a tram station. And look at why does the AI car just stop behind us. And if we look at the right side of the Google map, what is this there? It's a tram station. They don't even just like randomly place the tram station everywhere along the street. They actually try to mirror how it actually look like in Hong Kong in terms of the placement of these things. How good is that? How good is that? Now I can't really zoom any closer, but as you can see, the little sign on the tram station and compare in the game is the same. It's the same. Look at the tram station logo, and look at it here in the game. It's exactly the same. Again, this is fantastic. This is really good. I'm so excited. I'm so emotional. Look at this area. So where we are right now is in the center of this footbridge there, and if we look at the right side, which is the north side, and if we compare into the game, and in fact there is indeed a little street over there going into there. I mean, how cool is this? How cool is this? Right? And did you see there's another tram station just underneath the other end of this footbridge? And guess what? In the game, there is a tram station right here again. Oh my goodness, how good this is! This is another two very popular shops in Hong Kong. Now, there are some pharmacies that are owned by private owners. Now, there are also some chained pharmacies in Hong Kong. Now, these two are two of the most popular ones in Hong Kong. The green one, Vincent's in the game, is actually called Watson's. And there it is. That's the Watson's pharmacy in Hong Kong. Now, the one next to it, which is the blue one, is basically its rival. People go to one or the others. And that Gannings, I don't know why it's called Gannings, it's actually Mannings in Hong Kong, which they have already rebranded to a more orangey theme instead of blue back in the days. But still, that is a very recognizable one. And see, this is the Mannings. And let's try to find it old. And there it is. There it is. That's the old style. Whereas the new one, they actually rebrand to a more orangey look. But still, that is a very recognizable one. Now across the road here, we've got Xin Shi, and that will pretty much be a snack place in Hong Kong. And I would say that RG Ichiban is what they're going for here. Xinshi. And in fact, it could be a few other Japanese style shops. But does that look Hong Kong-ish to me? Sure, definitely looks very Hong Kong to me. Now here we have driven forward a little bit more, and here we are at Times Square. Times Square is a very popular place for shoppings, for business commercials, and a lot of people will come here, especially in Christmas and New Year's Eve, and they will do a countdown here. Now, does this capture the vibe? Okay, I would say not exactly in terms of how the Times Square looks like, but in terms of the road, definitely I can tell immediately this is where Times Square is. And in fact, if you look at the buildings behind us, that's more or less capture the vibe of Times Square around this area with like big billboards and stuff like that. And if you look at the road here, it's actually painted in red. And look at the Google map there, it's actually painted in red. So have they done a good job capturing that? I would think so. They have done a really good job capturing the vibe of Times Square here. If you look at the massive billboards on the top there, can I feel that this is kind of like a shopping area? Yes, I think so. You got all the pharmacies here going on, you got another Watson's here going on, and they definitely did a really good job at capturing that. Now let's head over to somewhere else that is also iconic in Hong Kong. Okay, so here we are approaching the Convention Exhibition Center, and look at the game and look at the Google map. They are pretty close in terms of the vibe. You got the footbridge going on there, and you got the footbridge going on in the game there, although it's not quite across the road. However, you do have enough footbridges around the area, which gives you that general feel of that you are actually in that area. And if you look at the buildings up here, it's all the glass, basically the whole glass building, windows, and it's exactly the same as what you can see right now on the street view. It's amazing how close they look like. And if we drive forward to the exhibition center, and let's just stop there, and we just go forward. And there it is. That's the traffic light. That's the road that you go inside the exhibition center for the car park and stuff. And of course, you can actually see in the game that there is a car parkish thing inside. This is amazing. If we go even further, which would be arriving at what we call the golden flower square, golden Belhinia square. So let's go forward and see if we can find the iconic golden flower statue. And oh my god, there it is. Okay, let's go closer to that. If you see these, and if we look at the Google map, just going across the road further north, and there it is. It looks pretty much the same. In fact, I do think they look the same. I do think they look absolutely identical. That is crazy. And look at the exhibition center. Look at these details, these little balconies there, and it's exactly the same as what they rendered in the game. Look at the corner of this glass wall, and exactly the same as what they've got in the game going on. And you got the glass door, like you got the entrance door there, and you do have the entrance door in the game there, and all these like little columns there, and it's the same as in the game. And I mean that is just amazing. If we look at the right hand side of where we are at the moment, and if we look at the right hand side of where we are at the moment, can you see what I'm trying to look at? Yes, bus stations. It is a bus station. It is a bus terminus, and it is a bus terminus in the game as well. So let me show you guys how a bus station looks like in Hong Kong and how it looks like in the game here. So going into the bus station here, and we can see here, and let's try not to destroy it. You can see this is the bus stop with the bus route on the top, and then at the bottom where you got that rectangular shaped box thing, it tells you the details of the bus route of each buses basically, and the fare for each bus, and if there is a different fare for adult, children, different section, etc., and the first bus and the last bus in the day, over the weekend, Sunday and public holiday, etc. And this is exactly how a bus stop look like in Hong Kong. And there it is. That's a bus stop in Hong Kong. And now because that one only got one route, that's why you only got one route details underneath it. But if I can find another one for you, which let's just say we do a Google search. And this is exactly what I was talking about. Bus stop, bus route details, the numbers that will stop at the bus stop here, and that is exactly. And hang on a second. In fact, this is the exact one. I just randomly searched in Google. That is the exact one. 13D, 16, 18, 32, 33, A, 37, 43, C, 242X, 295B, 904, and 905. Oh my goodness. That says a Mongkok Market Complex. So this is in Mongkok, this is in Kowloon. Now, this one, it says Hong Kong Island. No, so now that is not accurate. That is not accurate. And if you look at the actual details in the little box here, it says route 608, route 110, route 85P, which I know for a fact 85P should be a route that runs in Kowloon and New Territories, so that's not accurate. But you know, in terms of capturing the general details and general vibe of the bus stop, again, oh, that's a player. There's a player going ballistic. I'm sorry, you're gonna be in my YouTube videos. And this is very accurate. Now it says Hong Kong Island at the top, which it should be saying what the name of the station is. But are we in Hong Kong Island? Yes, of course we're in Hong Kong Island. So this is again one of the good things they've done about it, is they capture the vibe as well. Now this is the safety island box that tells you which side to keep your car in. Now this box is a very iconic thing in Hong Kong as well. And if we search for Hong Kong Safe Island light box, there it is. That's the light box. That is the light box. And does that look the same? Of course they do look the same. Of course they do look the same. That is amazing. That is amazing. So just want to show you guys how this game is actually look very accurate to the real Hong Kong. It's not just a random map that said, yeah, we're based in Hong Kong, and it just got like random stuff that doesn't really assemble anything in Hong Kong. So me being a person who is from there, who is born there, who's actually lived there, this is a game that I look forward to very much. I don't have to wait for anyone to do a Hong Kong map mod in Assetto Corsa now, because there is gonna be a proper game that I can play and available online. I can do car meet with other people, I can do the single player mode, I can do story mode, and this is going to be fantastic. Now there's a lot more stuff I can show you guys in this game, that how it resembles the IRL Hong Kong. So but of course I can't include every one of those, because otherwise this video will be hours long. But if you do want to know anything more about this game comparing to Hong Kong, maybe some landmarks, you know, in general how I feel about it, because of course you guys can go to the Google map and do a comparison yourself, of course, but in general, if you do want to know how I feel about it as a Hong Kong person, let me know in the comment down below any area you want to explore. Now if you want to ask about Ocean Park, unfortunately I can't go to the Ocean Park, because the way to go to Ocean Park is go through the Aberdeen Tunnel, and the Aberdeen Tunnel is currently blocked off in the demo. You can't actually go past the Aberdeen Tunnel, but the Aberdeen Tunnel is there, and the name is indeed called Aberdeen Tunnel in the game. So that's it for this video, and if you have any other question, as I say, please feel free to leave a comment down below. If you have any other areas you want to explore, you want to get a vibe check, so to speak, yeah, feel free to let me know, and I'm more than happy to do another videos before the demo goes out. Otherwise, in few months time, in September, when the game is released, I will see you guys in Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown. See you then, take care, bye for now.